Hey everybody, Flip Method here, and today we are here with Quintessence, or Q, from warcraftpets.com. Hello!
Hi.
So, oh, sorry. Q has agreed to do a little interview with us and tell us about warcraftpets.com and themselves. Thank you.
No problem.
So first, can you tell us, how did you get into the pets in WoW, or how did you get into WoW?
I got into WoW in college when my partner was playing, and I saw him, and I was just very intrigued when he hovered over a peace bloom, and I was like, "What is that?" He said, "Oh, that's a flower. That's an herb. You can pick it, but you have to have the profession." So I was very adamant that he get that profession for that character, and it kind of just spiraled from there, and I eventually got my own account. And yeah, the rest is history.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, how did you get into pets?
Pets specifically, well, my friends were power leveling me in the early days, and we were running through dead mines, and a pet dropped. I think it was the Siamese cat, and nobody wanted it because everybody had it already. So it kind of just defaulted to me, and I was super excited because I didn't really understand what was going on. It was just, oh, I get stuff. That's great. So that was the beginning. But I didn't really get into pet collecting until maybe Burning Crusade.
Okay. So went from peace blooms to a dead mine run.
Yeah, all the way to, you know what, I'm going to spend 4 hours each day grinding on these mobs until this pet drops.
I think we've all been there. Or 10 hours.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved with warcraftpets.com?
So I always use Warcraft Pets. Way back even before the website redesign. It had like a similar look to Thoughtbot in the beginning, and I kind of just frequented a lot. And at some point, I was writing in my pet blog about Mr. Grubbs. I think this was in Cataclysm, and for whatever reason, MMO Champion picked it up, a specific thing I wrote about Mr. Grubbs, and linked it. And somehow Brian, he's the owner and creator of Warcraft Pets, he saw it, and he, one of the other admins was getting ready to step down, and I guess he felt like it was a good time to pick someone up. So he asked me if I would be interested after reading through my blog and kind of going, oh, wow, okay, so she's really into pets.
Okay, and so what is it that you do there on warcraftpets.com?
I am the site admin.
Mm-hmm.
I mainly do content, like the database, updating the database, keeping it updated, images, just kind of stuff like that. I've also kind of taken on moderator, social media role as well, but I generally prefer to just stick to the back end stuff, keeping everything, all the data organized and updated.
Oh, well, I mean, you do a fantastic job. It's a fantastic website. Everything it runs very well. So thank you for all your hard work and everybody else there.
Yeah, no problem. But I absolutely cannot take all that credit because Weena, James, he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I mainly only get to see because I'm the one always bugging him. Oh, hey, this thing broke. Can you fix this? So he's absolutely, probably, I would say, the backbone of Warcraft Pets. If he wasn't around to be our web developer, I don't think it would run as smoothly or as well.
And what was his name again?
Weena, Weena, James.
All right, awesome. Is there anybody else on the team that you'd like to throw a shout out to?
Brian, of course. because without him, Warcraft pets wouldn't even be a thing.
Oh yeah, I saw a picture from a BlizzCon where he was holding the sign and he told the whole story of Warcraft Pets. It's on one of the tabs there on warcraftpets.com.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we have the new expansion launching soon, War Within. And is there a lot going on behind the scenes that Warcraft Pets has to do to get ready whenever a large patch like that launches?
I would say so. I'm not sure if compared to like, other websites, fan sites like Wildhead or Warcraft Mounts or anything, if it's on the same level. But yeah, I actually just finished prepping the War Within pet pages, images, icons, the new zones, the alternate skins, just all of the back end stuff to make sure that if we have the proper filters for all of those pets. But yeah, I mean, that usually takes me some time, so I would say there's quite a bit of work going into it. It's not at the level of having to update every single thing in the game. We focus just on pets, so.
But you do have to build the new pages for each pet and give their abilities and stats and cross-reference all those little pictures and...
Yeah, for the most part. I'm lucky enough that we have James on the team. He has created a system where I can go onto the beta or the PTR, get the LUA file, and upload it to the site and see which new pets are going to be released, and kind of create a pre-made template almost. I still have to go in and manually edit each of the information for the pages, but it's not like I have to create everything from scratch. But sometimes I do. But mostly for the new patches, as long as the pets are in the pet journal, I can get them on the site pretty easily.
Oh, it only becomes a problem whenever they're hidden until learned kind of pets?
Yes, I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Because, as collectors, we want to know. But sorry, you're just going to have to guess. And it really is a headache just creating these pages manually and from scratch.
So, so whenever it's a hidden until learned, say it's in the patch, but sometimes we don't even know about it until it's discovered. So you have to like rush to get all that information in there as soon as possible.
Yep, I have to scramble. I have to get the image. I have to make sure the icons are there. I basically have to do ask James, can you, do this as soon as possible? Get these XYZ updated for me, please.
The most recent example I can think of is the Moda Nozuru, if that's the right name of the pet, the one with the Dragonflight Legendary.
Yes, yeah.
That was hidden, and as soon as the first one got crafted, then everybody ran around and found the little things, and then, surprise, it's a pet nobody knew about.
Yep, I absolutely had to scramble for that one. Most of the time when stuff like that happens, when there's a surprise pet, I can't get the image for it right off the bat. So I kind of have to just go without and just make sure at least the pet page is up. So collectors can say, okay, I have this one, it's checked off. And then later I'll go in and add, the little details, the image, the icons, stuff like that.
It sounds like a lot of work. Do you get days off, or is it pretty much all the time when you're free? You're working on the website.
Basically, I mean, it's not really days off or on. It's pretty much, oh, there's a new pet. Okay, I got to work on that and get it up as soon as possible, kind of thing.
Okay. Besides entering in new pets, I know that you do the news that's on the front of the website. Are there any other parts of the site that have to be regularly maintained?
Yes. So for each year, we have a pet calendar that lists all of the major holidays that include collectible pets. I have to continuously update that because, Blizzard doesn't do a set time frame for each of the holidays. They move the dates around. In fact, this past year, I actually forgot to do it. So the pet calendar was off by like weeks. So oops. But it's fixed now.
No, that's good. What are the parts of the website that you're most proud of?
I would say just the sheer amount of data that we've accumulated over the years. Not all of it may be accurate because sometimes it needs to be updated, but just everything that we've put into the site and users have helped put into the site, I think that's enormous. It would be really hard to try and cram 20 years of WoW into a new site right now, so just everything that we've accumulated, I think that's a really big accomplishment. And second thing would be probably the filter pets by tool. We're constantly reviewing and sometimes adding new filters depending on what users request and if it's a popular request. I know recently we just added a base quality filter because people were wondering, oh, I already upgraded my so-and-so pet to rare. I don't remember if it was uncommon, if it was common in the beginning. Could we have a filter for that? And, I talked with James and Brian, and they're like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So I think the filter is pretty helpful.
Well, I definitely have used the filter many times, especially whenever I first started. I was like, okay, I need to figure out what pets I own. So I logged in and updated my collection, and then I cross-referenced for ones that I haven't collected that were not available in the auction house, and I was like, okay, let's go through there. And no other website offers that kind of search features, and it's amazing, and I love that. So that is great.
I agree. I use it constantly all the time as well.
Oh.
Just for referencing, just so I can, how was that pet collected? Okay, I need to, copy that for the new page then, kind of thing.
It's an amazing tool for everyone that has access to it, which is anyone with the internet.
Right.
So I think one of my favorite little features is the pet score part of the website where you log in. Can you tell us about the pet score and how that works?
The pet score, I would say, I think it's just kind of a fun aspect of the site to quickly compare your collections with other people's collections. Just at a glance, it's just a number kind of and a numerical assessment of your collecting efforts. And what it is it's based on the total number of unique pets you've collected, the quality, and to a lesser extent the pet levels. Warcraft Pets has always been about pet collecting, not necessarily battling, since it existed before pet battles came along. So that's why it's kind of more focused on the individual number of pets you've collected and the quality.
But it does take into account the levels, but not as big as a factor.
Yes.
Well, it's awesome, and I love that you can have over to the side there the collection leaderboards in a way. Definitely puts a drive behind some people.
Yes.
Okay, so if you had like the proverbial magic wand for WoW, and the dev team would do whatever you said, what are 2 things that you would like to see improved with Battle Pets?
Oh boy, just 2?
Just 2.
Okay, so from a logistical point of view, as somebody who works on Warcraft Pets, I would say making the pet's base qualities match the pet item that teaches the pet. Sometimes we have these, like a white pet item, you learn it, and you get a rare blue quality pet, and I'm just, oh, okay, that's a surprise. It just makes it tougher to update pets when they don't match their pet item. But that's coming from a perspective of working on the site. Um, as a collector and a player, I would definitely like if the base UI, pet UI, the pet journal, was updated so that it showed breeds, and we didn't need an add-on that needs to constantly be updated to keep up with all of the new influx of pets.
That is a pain. I know it was out of whack for the first few days of the most recent patch, and everybody everywhere was saying, "Oh, I can't tell breeds." And
Yep.
yeah, yeah. I'll let you have 2 more. Let's go for 2 more if you have them.
2 more. As a player, I would really like them to enable some way for our flying pets to fly alongside skywriting. I know ever since dragon riding was implemented and now it's turned into skywriting, our pets just cannot keep up, and
No.
it's kind of sad.
They could keep up with the classic flying, but
Yeah.
they kind of like jumped to you. It was really odd. They snapped, and now they're just gone.
Yeah. I think it would be really cute if they had some sort of cosmetic toy where you enable it and your pet that you have summoned out would jump into like a little basket or a backpack and come along with you while you're skywriting. And then when you dismount, they hop out and it's right there. Wow.
Or they could, and I mean that would be great visually. Or they could just use the little feature like whenever your friend is with you and you jump on and you become the little dragon.
That would be adorable. I would love that.
But it's just whatever pet you have just facilitates in that location. So they just kind of like they're stuck to where the little whelp is normally.
Yeah, that would be so cute. Blizzard, come on, please.
Do you have one more?
Consistency of pet properties, I would say. Recently, we've had a lot of, I want to say, oversights on how each pet kind of is bound to us. Are they cageable? Are they not? It's just not very consistent. Like achievement pets, for the longest time we've known, they should not be cageable. Each person, each player needs to earn that achievement to get the pet. But recently we've had cases where some achievement pets were cageable, and those get immediately thrown up on the auction house for a lot of gold, and it kind of just throws the whole idea of achievements, out of whack, and it just feels a little I don't want to say that not enough care is taken into it, but it does feel inconsistent, just how certain pets are implemented these days.
You shouldn't be able to purchase an achievement, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. So consistency of summon item rarity to the pet itself, flying, and what pet is cageable and what is not, a little bit more consistency there. And what was your second one?
The updating the base pet journal UI.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'm gonna throw in and with that one as well, because I battle a lot. The battle UI is also just old.
Yeah.
So I think that updating all the UI associated with pets, just like new buttons and stuff, all of it.
Absolutely. I'm not a huge battler, but I could absolutely stand for an updated, upgraded pet journal battling UI.
It's the Warlords of Draenor, or no, I'm sorry, not Warlords of Draenor. It's the Mists of Pandaria UI for your action bars that was around all the action bars, and it's just never changed. So, But I think that a more information available, more flavor text in the journal would be also kind of cool, you know. In all of those, in the UI, if they updated the UI, those would be fun.
Absolutely. I mean, Rematch, the add-on Rematch, that one does a great job, but I think it would be nice if a lot of those features could be migrated into the base, so we don't have to have, a bunch of different add-ons.
I think that one thing that Rematch does that I see them doing more with each patch, like they're doing with the current skills in your skill windows, where you can type in what does stun or what's an interrupt, and it'll show you all your skills. And it has improved search functions for everything.
Yeah.
Rematch has lots of search functions if you're looking for a pet. It specifically comes from Wrath of the Lich King, you know, and has this and that and that. Rematch can do all of that, but base UI can't do any of those extended search functions.
Yeah, it's a big shame, I would say.
Yeah, because there's, what, 1,800 of them now?
Yeah, there's no way anybody's going to remember every single one.
No, but we have warcraftpets.com to help out with that. So,
Absolutely. I hope so, at least.
well, is there anything else you want to say today before we wrap up?
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to collecting pets in the War Within, as usual.
Is there any one that you're looking forward to in the War Within? Any one of the pets that like, oh, that one?
Oh man. At first it was Coppers, but that was because that pet had functionality. You could vendor to it. Initially, you could repair with it, but now that's been all removed. So I'm a bit bummed about that one.
I think all of us are.
Yeah, Faithful Dog, I think, is really adorable, and there's a lot of history with that pet, so that one's kind of up there, and it's pretty easy to get, I would say, and spoilers, and pretty, you can get it early on, so I think that one I'm looking forward to.
I'm really looking forward to doing the whole storyline at once, because I haven't done any of it for Faithful Dog, so I'm really looking forward to going all the way back to Pandaria, and all the way through War Within, and getting all of that at once.
Oh boy, that's gonna be fun.
I hope so. I think so. The one
Hopefully
I'm looking.
nothing is broken.
Well, I'm gonna wait a few days to do any of the complicated stuff. With the first few days of a new patch or an expansion at that.
That's a good plan.
You mentioned earlier that you had a blog.
Yeah, I don't really update it anymore. I've kind of stopped. Perks and Peas, it was something that I did initially, and over the years, I think I've just kind of just didn't really feel the need to write in it as much anymore.
Well, thank you for coming on today. I look forward to everything that warcraftpets.com has on it, and thank you and everyone at the team for everything they do.
No problem.
All right. Thank you, and everybody have a nice day. Thanks, Q.
Thank you. Bye.